into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
That song hits you in the feels as it does us here on the floor. Welcome to it. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso morning is live, large and in charge. We are ready for another day. 69, 70. What are we on now? Day 70
70th day
of the lockdown here in South Africa. We are in level 3, which has eased a lot of the regulations. People are now finding time to spend, outside with their families and loved ones. And hopefully you enjoy starting the morning here with us indoors just for now. Just for a little while.
Yeah, well, thank you for doing that. Thanks for starting on the right side of lockdown. For the next 2 hours, we're going to be highlighting some amazing things. Individuals who are making a difference in their community, from inventing, ventilators. I mean, think about that. For COVID-19 patients, to a 10-year-old who managed to raise nearly 20,000 rand for an animal home. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, honestly.
Yeah, that's the content we signed up for.
That's it.
And hopefully
That's
the
why we're
content you signed up for as well. With everything going on in the world right now, we all need a certain dose of positivity, and we are glad to bring it to you. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, team. Good morning, you beautiful thing.
Good morning to you, G. I'm all good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling very positive. I've been out. I've been out into the wilds with my little one. I've been able to take my child into nature. You don't understand. Massive, massive difference. So I think a lot of people are feeling that. We're gradually clawing our way back to reality. But it does help a lot to have positivity around us. And as Boyce was saying, I mean, that's what I signed up for when I joined the show, was to get that kind of content. But we've had it in spades now during this lockdown period. We are seeing people just rise above and beyond.
Absolutely, man. There's so much happening in the world. There's so much social and political tension. And this morning on our social media platforms, we want to know if you know anyone who's doing anything positive during this time. We just want to bring the feel-goodness back to, our homes, to bring the feel-goodness back to society.
And it doesn't have to be a massive act. It can be just something small, some small token that someone has done in your community. Maybe you had an interaction yesterday with someone, a random interaction that just made you feel better, and this person deserves a platform and a pat on the back. Let us know on our social media platforms. Hit us up on across the board, Expresso Facebook page, on Twitter or Instagram. We'd love to hear from you this morning. But stay tuned, it's going to be an inspirational show. Let's get those news duties done first.
Just 2 minutes past the hour, and here are those news headlines on this Thursday morning. On the national news front, British American Tobacco South Africa has filed a legal application at the Cape Town High Court against the government over the ban on cigarette sales. Now, according to media reports, the government has been given time until 5 p.m. tomorrow to respond to the legal challenge on the ban. The company explained that the decision to take legal action was supported by Japan Tobacco International, as well as, quote, groups and organizations representing the tobacco value chain across the country, including consumers, tobacco farmers, and retailers. Now, Chairperson of the Commission of Inquiry into State Capture, Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, says the Commission is preparing to resume its hearings at the end of June or early July. Zondo addressed the media on the work of the Commission yesterday and said the Commission remains determined to finish within the allocated time frame. In February this year, the Gauteng High Court in Pretoria granted the Zondo Commission its final extension, saying further extensions would not be warranted. Zondo said at this stage, circumstances don't permit him to release an interim report. On the international news front, U.S. Defense Secretary Mark Esper said yesterday that he does not support the use of active-duty military forces in quelling countrywide unrest, a statement that puts him at odds with President Donald Trump, who has threatened to send troops into U.S. cities. This after a week of violent unrest following the death of George Floyd in police custody. Meanwhile, Pope Francis has urged people not to, quote, tolerate or turn a blind eye to racism and exclusion in any form. Now, the United Nations Libya mission yesterday said the country's warring parties had agreed to restart talks aimed at reaching a lasting ceasefire after a 3-month suspension. In a statement, the UN welcomed moves by the Government of National Accord and the forces backing Eastern-based military commander Khalifa Haftar to accept restarting negotiations on a ceasefire and related security arrangements. Pro-Haftar forces have been battling since April last year to seize the capital Tripoli in fighting that has left hundreds dead and forced 200,000 to flee their homes. And now news of a two-day digital festival featuring artists from across Africa. Facebook and the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement have joined forces to launch #AfricaTogether, a two-day digital festival featuring artists from across the African continent to encourage continued vigilance against COVID-19. The festival, which runs today and tomorrow, combines musical and comedy performances by renowned artists with information from COVID-19 first responders and fact-checkers from across Africa. Now, it'll also have a digital awareness campaign with prevention messages developed with Red Cross and Red Crescent health experts. Now, it will target Facebook users in 48 countries across sub-Saharan Africa. And this event will be streamed on Facebook Live today in English and will be hosted by the popular Nigerian actor and comedian Basketmouth, and in French tomorrow by renowned media personality Claudie Siard. Now, with a network of more than 1.5 million volunteers and staff across the continent, the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement are on the front lines of combating COVID-19, and we certainly salute them for that. And now, taking a quick glimpse into the world of entertainment this morning, the generosity of the human spirit amidst troubling times continues to be a shining light in the darkness. Many celebrities have stepped up to the plate when it comes to raising bail funds for protesters who have been arrested in the ongoing police brutality protest action in the US, as well as business owners whose property and goods have been victim to looters and fires. Now, actress Halle Berry is one of these stars lending a helping hand as she took to Twitter to ask fans to donate to an LA store owner's GoFundMe page. Now, the business belongs to 81-year-old immigrant Ned Harunian, whose shop in the Melrose district was robbed, looted, and burned to the ground. This loss was a huge blow to Harunian, as among the stolen goods was jewelry that belonged to his wife, who passed 3 years prior from pancreatic cancer. Now, it's reported that over $33,000, approximately 560,000 rand, has been raised for Harunian, whose store had become a safe haven after his wife's passing. And what a beautiful message to end off with on this Thursday morning. We'll have another report for you at 8 o'clock right now. Here's a first look at the weather.
A very good morning to you, South Africa. It's time for us to have the first look at the weather this morning. But first, let's have a look at those beautiful sunrise pictures that you have sent us. This one comes all the way from Port Elizabeth from Michaela. Now, Michaela says that she sent us a picture of a stunning sunrise picture of a pink and blue sky all the way from Port Elizabeth. The windy city can expect sunshine with areas of low clouds today, reaching a maximum temperature of 22 degrees. Thank you so much, Michaela, for sending in your sunrise picture and video. We hope that you'll have an awesome day. Now, Cyclone Nisaga lashes areas near Mumbai. With winter officially in its fourth day, South Africa can expect another fine day across the country. This, though, is not the case in India, where Cyclone Nisaga is lashing areas on the country's west coast after making landfall near the densely populated city of Mumbai with winds of more than 100 kilometers an hour. Mumbai was, however, extremely fortunate as the eye of the cyclone narrowly missed the mega city with its 20 million inhabitants. The city and its surrounds are usually sheltered from cyclones. The last deadly storm to hit the city was in 1948. But now to what we can expect in South Africa weather-wise. Starting off at Polokwane with plenty of sunshine at a maximum of 22 degrees and a minimum of 6. Bombela, 10-23. It's a partly cloudy day in Pretoria with a low of 6 degrees, reaching a high of 23. Hazy sunshine for Johannesburg at a low of 4 degrees, reaching a high of 21. A light northeasterly breeze of 9 kilometers an hour for Mahikeng at a minimum temperature of 7, reaching a maximum of 25. Klerksdorp, 3-24, sunny to partly cloudy and nice for Kimberley, 4-23, and the coolest start to the day for Bloemfontein at a minimum of 0, reaching a maximum of 23. Richards Bay, 15-24, Pietermaritzburg, 8-22 are your temperatures for the day. Clouds will give way to some sun in Durban with a low of 16 reaching a high of 24. Mthatha 422 are your temperatures for the day. A breezy afternoon and can be expected for East London with the minimum temperature of 13 reaching a maximum of 23. Cradock 123, sunny with areas of low clouds for Port Elizabeth at a minimum temperature of 12 reaching a maximum of 22. George 1322, a gentle northerly breeze of 15 kilometers an hour for Sutherland at a minimum temperature of 5 reaching a maximum of 19. Partly sunny for Cape Town 1123, Worcester 1126, and the highest temperature in the country for Uppington at a maximum of 27 and a minimum of 8 degrees. Now that's your 7 o'clock weather roundup. We have a more extensive look in the next hour. Remember, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good kind of day.
Pharmacodynamics, effective, affordable healthcare.
And now feeding off, I think, probably one of the biggest stories of recent times, aside from obviously the whole COVID narrative. This past week, we have seen so many people, not just in America, but across the globe, stand in solidarity with those who have been protesting police brutality in the United States. So in the wake of the death, of course, of George Floyd in what now has been seen across the world as police brutality, 1 week after George's untimely passing, his brother, Terrence, addressed protesters in an emotional speech, as you'd expect, in Minneapolis, pleading with people never to forget his brother's name, but also to bring an end to the violence that has racked the city and the US in recent days as well. To be able to do that a week after your brother's passing is impressive in itself. But his sentiments were echoed by former US President Barack Obama, who wrote that the violence was only compounding the destruction of underprivileged neighborhoods and distracting from the larger causes. And Terrence suggested other peaceful ways of speaking up and making a difference. And he had some very powerful words to share.
This is what he had to say. He said, let's do this another way. Let's stop thinking that our voice doesn't matter and vote. Not just for the president, vote for the preliminaries, vote for everybody, educate yourself and know who you are voting for. And that's how we're going to hit him or hit them. He said hit him.
Completely, absolutely.
And it's true. I think it speaks to the issues in the United States. We all know right now the spotlight's been on that. It's not just about police brutality. It stems from a greater social issue that is there. And that's got to do with the political climate in that space.
From the top down.
From the top down.
From the
so
top
take
down.
those words. Let us all be inspired by them today. And hopefully that has you thinking about the voting and the political climate in the United States of America. We'll see you after this.
Next time on Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, the final 2 teams race to claim the grand prize of 1 million rand.
The massive gap that Team Cool Red had amassed has been broken down. Decision? Decision?
We are here and we're coming for it.
Still anyone's game.
I'm starting to panic.
My brain is fried.
How badly do you want this?
Plus, all the contestants look back at the adventure of a lifetime. That's Saturday at 8 p.m. only on SABC3. The stage is yours.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, everybody. When you hear that sound, you know exactly what time it is. It's that time of the day where we wish you, our loved and loyal viewers, a very happy birthday. And if it is your birthday today, you share it with someone who's very special, the beautiful Angelina Jolie, as she turns, guess what?
What?
45 years old.
45. My
Yes.
goodness. Wow, happy birthday, Angelina Jolie, of course, Academy Award-winning actress, humanitarian, and mother to 6 children. She's actively involved in international charity projects and was cited as one of the most influential and powerful people in the American entertainment industry. And she continues to pursue movies and humanitarian projects, and we cannot wait for her to take on new ventures in the near future that inspire so many of us. So happy birthday to this incredible powerhouse.
Which movie do you like by Angelina
I think
Jolie?
Salt. Salt is one of
Salt.
my favorite. Yeah. It's got a really intriguing storyline to it. And yours?
Maleficent.
Yes.
Truly, I love sci-fi. I love those fantasy kind of movies.
Yeah.
And she's just like a strong powerhouse in that movie. So happy birthday to you.
I just couldn't wrap my hands around the horn situation.
Really?
It was weird for me. I just couldn't see it.
It
but that's
worked
just
out
me.
so. She
That's
rocked
just
it.
me. She
That's-
did, absolutely.
But now down to our real celebrities, which is you, our loved and loyal viewers. Cecilia says, well, this message says, the Lopes family wishes Cecilia a very happy birthday. The message reads, thank you for teaching us generosity and loving us immensely. We love you a lot. Happy birthday to you.
Then a message wishing Rochelle Johnson a happy birthday. May you enjoy your lockdown birthday, knowing that someone out there loves you. Stay blessed and safe. And this is from Anthony Burgess.
Usmusiso, a happy birthday to my partner Usmusiso Musawenkosi Ngobese. May you be blessed and enjoy your day. Lots of love from Gokezo Howadi.
All right, then we're wishing Gretchen Kutia an awesome 40th birthday. May you have a blessed day. This is from your mom, from your husband and daughter and your son. Happy birthday, Gretchen.
Happy 6th birthday to Emily Grace Scritton. Love from your mom, dad Bar, Raymond, Malu, and the Scritton, Daniels, and Van Donder families. Oh, she's so cute. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the most wonderful mom and wife ever, Angelique King. We appreciate everything you've done for us and lots of love. This is from Marlon, from King Myron and Queen Carly.
Happy birthday to Masentle Ngolanyana. May God bless you with many more years of peace, prosperity, and good health.
Loving it so much. Now, if you'd like to send your loved one a birthday message, do send us your birthday videos to 071-640-6551. Sing them your favorite song, their favorite song, sing them happy birthday, whichever way you'd like to celebrate them. You can also email your wishes to birthdays@cardova.tv. And if today is your special day, happy birthday.
Well, you know, if you have a loved one celebrating their birthday, what better way to wake them up than with a really nice warm cup of some really delicious hot chocolate. But not just any hot chocolate. No. We don't do that. We don't do basic. We don't do average. We switch it up. We take it 2 levels higher. We're making something really delicious. It's a Is it Dalgona? Okay.
Dalgona, yeah.
Dalgona. I was on a flow there. We're making something really awesome. One of our favorite things about winter is those milky, warm drinks that you are allowed. In fact, no, you are mandated to make. You've got to make them.
It's essential.
You have. They are totally essential. Don't ask me. Don't ask Clem. Just make them, please. And Woolies has a whole range of hot chocolate coffees and rusks to keep you warm and cozy this winter. And now, Chef Clem presents you with an indulgent Dalgona Rusk hot chocolate and white chocolate affogato.
Sorry, what
Sounds
was that?
foreign,
Say it again.
but it's not.
Say it again. I didn't get that. What am I making?
You are making a really delicious Dalgona hot chocolate affogato. No?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda. Okay, let's
right.
get started. So the Dalgona trend, I mean, we saw it on social media, and this is it. This is what your end result.
That looks like toffee. What is that?
Yeah. So have you seen it? Have you seen it on social media?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so it's basically instant coffee with sugar and a little bit of water, and then you beat it until it like gets super aerated and puffs up. You want to try it?
Is that all it is?
That's all it is.
Wow,
Let's do
Clem,
that. Okay.
Okay,
So
cool.
I'm using
Show
my
me.
Italian. This is. I've been switching my coffees out to try the like range from Woolies, and
Yeah.
there's just so many.
Yes, there
I
is.
think I'm only going to be done next year.
Well, that's the truth. The thing is, during lockdown, I found myself drinking so much more coffee than I ordinarily would. And it's insane. The amount of variety that you've got, the wide variety that you've got to choose from is just so mind-blowing. Because once you've tried the first two, you're like, okay, I saw the other gold one. It says Italian.
Yeah.
What would Italian coffee taste like? And then by the time you realize you've bought 5.
Exactly. So, like I said, I'm using the instant Italian Cafe Gold.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna go in there. That's gonna give me that froth that I'm looking for.
Okay.
And then I've got some sugar that's going in there.
Does it have to be the Italian Cafe Gold for the froth?
No. Because we've got the Colombian over here.
Okay, fantastic.
All right, and the
Okay.
Colombian works just as well. And the Colombian is going to be my coffee for next week. I'm very, very excited.
Oh, so you've got like every week,
I've been alternating.
a new week, a new coffee.
You know why I've been able to do it?
Take your part, please.
Please, sir. Thank you. There's no point crying over spilled milk. But the reason I've been able to actually shop all these coffees is because if you buy any 2 coffees now at Woolies, you get 20% off.
Oh, wow,
So if you
okay.
buy any 2 hot chocolates, you get 20% off. If you buy any 2 rusks, you get 20% off.
Oh, wow. That's a good deal.
It's such a good deal.
That is a really good deal.
Okay.
Of course, so you've got no excuse out
No
there
excuse.
at home.
Right,
Cool.
let's get this going. So a little bit of hot water, just that's enough. And then all I want to do now is I want to incorporate some air into it. You can use a whisk,
Okay.
but I think this is an easier way.
Okay,
So
cool.
let it just go.
So all you've got in there is just the coffee and the sugar, nothing else.
And
eh?
water, yeah,
And
exactly.
water, a little bit of water, a
So
little bit.
you wouldn't believe it, but about after 2 to 3 minutes, you can already see it starting to lighten.
Yes, it's getting quite thick in its texture.
Okay, but because it's going to make a lot of noise, and it does take 5 minutes to do, but it's worth it. After 5 minutes of whipping it, you get this, okay? And it's so delicious. It's so intense.
I can't believe it.
It's crazy.
I cannot believe that that
crazy.
beautiful looking thing comes from just a mixture of coffee, sugar, and a little bit of water, and then just a bit of whisking.
That's it. Okay.
5 minutes. It's
Let
so
me
worth it.
let me make you something. Let's
Okay.
go with. Okay, so we're gonna make you. We got the coffee.
Yeah.
Let's go white chocolate.
All right.
And we're using this drinking white chocolate, the indulgent one, that actually has little pieces of white chocolate inside there.
It's so stunning for those cold evenings.
Yeah.
Take it from me, I know. All about that. Cold winter evenings.
Are you okay?
No, I'm fine.
You want to talk about it? We can talk. We can
all
share a
right.
cup of coffee. We can talk
Later, my friend.
Later. Okay, cool.
kidding, I'm
so
kidding.
in we go with our white hot chocolate.
Pinch of?
Salt.
Okay, cool.
Just like life.
Okay, cool.
Just like life. With a pinch of salt.
Okay,
Okay, cool. Then we're gonna add our hot milk that boiled over, but no one's gonna talk about it. And you know what? You must mess.
If you're not, then are you even doing anything in the kitchen?
You're not having fun in the kitchen. It's okay. We are ready for this.
Only if you're going to clean it up afterwards, because for me, the worst thing is when somebody creates a marvelous creation in the kitchen and then they mess, but that's fine, which is allowed, and then they don't clean up.
So what's gonna happen if I don't
Worst.
clean up?
Then,
Are you gonna report me on social media?
no, I don't know. I have to think about the punishment.
Okay, there we go. So first, let me just sweeten the deal there. I've got
Wow.
white hot chocolate for you with a
Wow.
Dalgona coffee over the top. Okay, first drink, Tabsy.
Yes.
Please try it.
Okay?
You're gonna be so alert after the segment. Okay, while you're busy doing that, I'm gonna make you a dark hot chocolate. Is it good? Is it good?
It's so, so good. No need to add any more sugar.
No.
It's really already so nicely sweetened. It's just enough.
Okay, now what I've got in here is, what did I use? I used white chocolate.
coffee
I
flavors
should have
coming
used
through.
I should have used dark chocolate, the dark chocolate one for the coffee.
Do dark
Because I
chocolate
would have
for
been
that
like a
one.
coffee bar. So now what I'm gonna do a dark chocolate. I'm gonna do chocolate on chocolate, okay? So I've got the indulgent dark chocolate going in here, also with those chocolate bits in there.
You can never have too much chocolate, please. No,
No,
one's
you can't, you
complaining.
can't.
A pinch of salt.
A pinch of salt.
Okay, cool.
Guys, I'm just messing. Don't, to the cameraman, don't zoom on me while I'm pouring, because you know I'm gonna make a mess. But you know what? They're gonna be like so close up on this. They're gonna be like, he's missing. Okay.
They didn't have to say it. I'm saying it. He's messy.
Guys, it's okay. You know I'm also left-handed, eh? I'm allowed to mess in the kitchen.
Okay, so what
now,
is that?
chocolate on chocolate.
What?
We've got Belgian chocolate ice cream.
Okay.
It's so good.
This is definitely for when you're looking to give someone a treat. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey?
So we got that hot chocolate in there. It's already got the.
Well,
What am I doing?
let's just. Would you like me to take over, Clem?
I'm just like I'm
Do
not
you
pouring.
need help?
I'm just spooning one out. I'm spooning one out for the people that are not
Blink
getting this
twice
right
if
now.
you need help.
Okay.
Okay, you don't need help. You're fine.
Okay, here we go. Hot chocolate with ice cream. It's an affogato. Please try it, my friend.
You don't have to say it twice. Don't ask twice.
Okay, so now we've established Clem messes in the kitchen. But I mean, I absolutely love the fact that you can make it your own, play around with the coffees, play around with the rusks, your favorite one.
And you know what you can do also? I'll grab a teaspoon. Because, you know, you want to just take your time with this sort of thing. You're chilling there, you're having nice chats, you're catching up with your loved ones who you are lockdowning with. They're telling you all about their day. They're telling you about their run by the promenade.
It's delicious, right?
How many kilometers did you do? Wow, that's wonderful. Did you take any photos? Oh, let me see.
Okay, so while you're enjoying your drink, let's talk about Fill a Bag. You've heard about it, right?
Yes.
And the difference we're able to make right now.
Yes.
And we've spoken about the fact that 10 Rand can feed someone for a day for 3 meals.
Yep.
That's absolutely amazing. And it's never been easier to give back right now. So there's a QR code that pops up on your screen right now. All you got to do is scan it.
It's really easy.
And make a difference in someone's life.
Snap scan that screen, snap scan in store, and really do make a huge difference in somebody's life. It takes just about as little as 10 Rand. But if in case you missed any of the steps and you want to see the less messier version of how to create, it's really all love, this wonderful creation. Please take a look at this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, the COVID-19 pandemic has brought on many challenges for our society, most especially for the healthcare sector, where a mass shortage of ventilators is expected, machines which are crucial in helping the body fight off the COVID-19 illness. But where there is a will, there is a way. And that's certainly the case for the many South African inventors who recently took part in the ZA Ventilator Challenge to help develop more accessible ventilators to be used during the pandemic. Now, Nick Matter, a Durban-based mechanical engineer, and his team came out tops in the competition with their machine named the Save Vent, and he joins us to talk about the innovation and, of course, the big win. Nick, thanks so much for making the time to chat to us. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Now, talk to me about what spurred you into action and made you enter the ventilator making competition.
Well, the sad events in Italy and later across Europe, whereby the medics had to perform what they call triage, which is where they choose which patients to keep alive on a ventilator. And what they decided to do was take the older patients off. So they looked at the age of a new patient coming in needing a ventilator, and they would actually disconnect an old patient and leave them to survive on their own. So that was the strong motivation to step in and see if we could do something in providing for the lack of equipment in the medical devices field.
And you've come out with an incredible innovation, an incredible invention as well. This machine that is named the SayVent. It's a mandatory mechanical ventilator, I understand. Now, can you further explain to us what exactly that means and what makes this ventilator so unique to what is currently being used in our hospitals?
Yes, so this ventilator is what they call a volume-controlled mandatory ventilator. So it provides the breathing automatically at a set volume. And the volume is controlled between, say, 400 and 500 milliliters per breath. The machine automatically provides that breath at a certain breathing rate, which they call the breath per minute. And that is adjustable as well as the volume on our device. And then it gives the patient a chance to breathe out after giving them the breath, so that the patient can decide when to breathe on an ICU type ventilator. Ours isn't that. Ours is an emergency ventilator, so the patient is helped to breathe. It gets the steady airflow as it is provided by the device, that's why it's called mandatory, because it automatically gives you the breathing.
Talk to me about what went through, the work process of creating this machine, because you must have worked tirelessly, having taken less than 2 months, I understand, to start and complete the prototype.
Yes, we set the objective to do the three things. One was the breathing rate at about 20 breaths a minute, and we found we could make that speed adjustable. The second was the volume of about 500 milliliters per breath, and the third was what they call the IE ratio, which is the timing for breathing in and breathing out. We took these requirements and we designed a model, which I built it in cardboard so that it could have all the moving parts of the mechanism. Then we built the mechanism in metal according to the model, and we motorized the mechanism automatically with what they call a cam, and we set the IE, or the timing ratio, of the mechanism according to the cam design. So all of these requirements that Dr. Watt gave us, we built into the mechanism and the controls.
Now, let's talk about what's happening right now in terms of trials testing the efficiency of the machine that have begun at UKZN. What are the results that you are getting from there? Has there been positive feedback?
Yes. Well, we have tested it on what is known as a gas analyzer, and the device performed very well. It gave the correct breathing rate, and it gave the correct volume, and the doctors wanted it turned right up to 100% oxygen, and we found that there was 100% oxygen being delivered by the device. So we seem to have met the specifications required, but the device hasn't been through the regulatory authority testing yet.
Well, congratulations so far on what you have been able to achieve. So what comes next, and what hurdles do you still have to jump through in order to make it a viable option?
What we would need to do is we're seeking funding. We need to manufacture about 8 or 10 devices which can go through all the testing procedures and go to clinical trials in hospitals once they've been approved for use, after which we will be able to go into full production for a number. If we can receive an order, then we can produce any number of these emergency ventilators. What I want to say is that we are able to build these ventilators at 1/10 of the cost of the imported ICU ventilators.
Wow.
So being able to provide such a large number for a small amount of money is what is key, especially in our context, where we don't have all of the resources like they do in Europe and United States.
Well, Nick, congratulations to you and your team thus far, and thank you once again for making the time available to chat to us.
And thank you to Expresso for hosting me.
Well, I think we all realize the impact of COVID-19 and the coronavirus pandemic on society at large, and especially on the healthcare sector. And thanks to the likes of Nick Matter and his team, there is certainly reason for us all to find inspiration.
A tragic gymnastics accident in 2012 left Brandon Beek wheelchair-bound as a quadriplegic. Since then, the Beek family started a non-profit organization called Walking with Brandon, where they help thousands of disabled patients with accessible outpatient rehabilitation. Now, Brandon's story and remarkable improvements in his recovery has created hope for thousands who are disabled as they power and strive to empower disabled South Africans across the globe. Now, Brandon, along with one of their foundations, intern biokineticist Taylor Ross, is also joining us this morning to tell us more about this fantastic organization. Brandon and Taylor, it's so good to have you both in the show. How are you doing and how have you been surviving the lockdown?
It's been a bit tough, but we've been managing. Now that our center's open again, I'm back at training and therapy again.
Yeah, I'm back at work, so I definitely miss this place. It's so nice to be back and be busy again.
Yeah, it's so good to see you guys doing the positive work that you have been. But tell me more about the Walking with Brandon Foundation. Why did you start the foundation and what exactly do you do?
So Walking with Brandon Foundation was started in 2015 as a means for me to get therapy after my accident in 2012 when I broke my neck doing gymnastics. So it was originally for me, but over time we started seeing how others needed help as well with rehabilitation and recovery after obtaining a disability. So we opened it up to the public, and over the past 5 years we've grown tenfold, and now we have opened up to the public, offering the first of its kind advanced outpatient rehabilitation program.
Now, I know obviously the NPO, well, you started this off just for yourself, but why now is the NPO so important to you?
For me, it's an essential for people after obtaining a disability, because when you leave inpatient therapy, you're left with nothing. There's no place you can go to afterwards to get guidance and help and assistance along the way. No final phase rehabilitation. But at the end of the day, you feel lost when you obtain a disability, and you need someone to give you a helping hand. I felt lost. I didn't know what to do. And here we give people a second chance at life. We give a second chance at recovering more and bettering their quality of life.
Oh, it's so good. Now, Taylor, as an intern biokineticist, how have you been able to assist people with injuries during the lockdown?
So generally with a disability comes a whole host of secondary complications. So wheelchair users are generally prone to things like hypertension, diabetes, pressure wounds, cardiovascular disease, and that's because they're sedentary all the time. They're sitting all the time. So the very cool thing about exercise and what we do is that a lot of these secondary complications can actually be managed through physical activity. So during the lockdown, we saw a huge increase in these complications. So that's why it's so great that we're back at work and now we can help people with these things. So with pressure care, with cardio, which is so great for your cardiovascular system, great for diabetes management, and also hypertension.
Well, it sounds like you guys are doing so much down at the practice, but what other programs are you offering at the foundation, and how can those that are disabled join these programs?
So we work at a multidisciplinary practice, which means that we are not just bios. We've got a team of 5 bios and 2 interns, as well as a physiotherapist, an occupational therapist, and a speech therapist. So people can come here for basically all of their rehabilitation needs. And we have a great program. We have a subsidized program, which means that we cater to both the public and private sector. So if people can't afford rehabilitation, then you can come here for rehab and we will help you out with whatever you need.
Well, Taylor, it's just so brilliant that you're making these programs accessible to everybody. Stay tuned as intern biokineticist Taylor Ross will be taking us through a wheelchair-based workout for those who are disabled with little or no resources at home.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yep, it's your feel-good breakfast show, and once again we are doing something special. Now, often when you think of a workout, you think about activities that involve standing, moving around, and sometimes even walking or jumping. But for those who are in a wheelchair, these activities are not always possible. And this in no way means that you cannot exercise, and you can still get it in an effective workout and experience all the health benefits of exercise, even if you are constricted to a wheelchair and don't have full mobility. Now, intern biokineticist Taylor Ross from the Walking with Brandon Foundation works with people in wheelchairs on a daily basis and will be leading us through an exercise for those who are wheelchair bound, especially for those who are disabled with little to no resources at all. Taylor, you still with us? How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Awesome. So I know you got a killer workout prepared for us. So where do we begin? How do we start this?
Cool. So to start off with, we're going to do a little bit of cardio. So we're going to start with some cross-body jabs. So both Brandon and I are going to demonstrate. So punching across and other side. So we're going to do that for 15 seconds. And then when that's over, we're going to go reverse punches. Sorry. So keeping your elbows at shoulder height.
Okay, so getting a bit of those shoulder blades working and that posterior chain, feeling this really nicely. Okay.
And to get your heart rate even higher, we're going to go even faster.
I won't lie, even just sitting over here, working in this chair, I'm already starting to build a little bit of a sweat. So whether you're mobile or not, this exercise is definitely going to assist you guys at home. So try this one out. And Taylor, I'm feeling it quite a bit. Where do we go to from here?
So the next one, you're going to need your pole.
Okay.
Or if you don't have a pole, you can also use a weighted jug. So I'm going to give Brandon the weight because he's a little bit stronger than I am, and I'm going to use the pole.
Brilliant.
So holding it in front of you, you're going to lift all the way up overhead and back down.
And am I right in saying that I should be feeling my shoulders burning here, Taylor?
That's exactly it. So our wheelchair users rely a lot on their shoulders for pushing their chair. So we want to make sure that they're nice and strong to prevent any injury.
All right, I absolutely love this. The fact that you can use any piece of equipment. I've used an old broomstick that I've just taken the head off. You guys are using a pole, and I see Brandon's using a water bottle. So for the rest of you guys at home, there's no excuse here. You can use anything that's got some weight to perform this exercise and get those shoulders burning. Taylor, I'm feeling the heat here. Where do we go to from this?
All right, after that, you can put your pole down.
Okay.
We're going to do a core exercise. So that is lateral leans. So sitting up nice and tall, you're going to lean to either side like you want to touch the floor, and then back to the middle. And then we go the other side.
Oh, I didn't think you could get much of a stimulation in a chair, but to be honest with you, I don't know if it's my obliques or the side of my body, but it's burning as I lean to the side. Is that right, Taylor?
That's exactly it. So a lot of our clients are paralyzed from mid-back down, which means that their abdominal function is decreased. So we like to do a lot of core work with them because it's really important just to be able to perform daily activities as well as be stable in your chair and when you're sitting upright.
Oh, I love that explanation, and I think constantly on the show we're highlighting the importance of the core. So you guys at home, don't forget it's essential whether you're mobile or not. You can always benefit for some core strength. I'm feeling that one. The obliques are burning. I know you got something left for us, so where do we go to from here?
All right, our next exercise is a chair push-up. So sitting on the edge of your chair, you're going to place your hands next to your hips, and you're going to try and lift your bum up. So Brandon's going to demonstrate this because it's a little bit more difficult for me. But up we go, and slowly back down. So this is one for the triceps. Really great exercise.
Look at Brandon out there making this look so easy, damn pro. All right, so I'm definitely feeling some work here in the thighs and a lot of the arm region. Is that, am I doing it correctly?
Yes, that looks great. So this is a really important exercise, especially for pressure care. So a lot of our patients are sitting all day. It makes them prone to pressure wounds. So by lifting their bum up off of the chair, it allows blood flow, and that helps to prevent and manage pressure sores.
Wow, I'm definitely feeling this one, Taylor. I mean, even just on my own here, I know you got one more exercise left for us, so where is it going to go from here?
All right, so for this one, you need your towel.
Okay.
What you're going to do is you're going to take your towel and you're going to place it above your head like this. And then you're going to take your other hand and reach behind to grab the towel. That's it. Then you're going to extend your top arm. And once you've reached all the way to the top, you extend your bottom arm. Yes, that's exactly it.
Oh, this is brilliant. Taylor, I must say I've had a previous shoulder dislocation, so this is something really, really good for me just to get that mobility. I struggle to even just touch the towel and get my hands behind me, but I'm really enjoying this. It's already increasing my mobility quite a bit and it's feeling more fluid.
Exactly. So we've already spoken about shoulder strength, but with strength you need mobility. So that's why we've added this in. And shoulder mobility is particularly important for our wheelchair users.
Oh, I think you have just delivered one incredible workout to make us all competent. Whether you're bound to a wheelchair or not, I know you're going to benefit from these exercises. So try it out, 30 seconds on for everything, and go through a few rounds to get you competent enough to work at home. And Taylor and Brandon, you guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you for joining us in the studio today, sharing your wisdom and your knowledge and all that love that you guys are doing at the practice. I hope it carries on with more and more abundance. Guys, you've been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Oh, Raul, thank you so much, buddy. Absolutely brilliant. They're great to connect with some amazing people. We're going to continue to do that right now and show just how creative you are with our hashtag Clover or Love Clover Challenge.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
So if there's one satisfying dessert that will never, ever go out of style, it has to be a creamy, zingy, yummy tart. The more lemon, the better for me. Firm favorite from the hashtag Love Clover competition. So today, we're going to make a cremel tart, courtesy of the genius that is Lazan Julius. Lazan, I hope you're watching right now. She shared her delicious recipe with us, and we're going to share that with you right now. She had a whole lot of inspiration and some tips for us on how to make it.
I'm Lazan Julius and I'm from Belhar in Cape Town. So today I'll be talking about my Clover cremel tart. What inspired me to make the tart is that my family at home, they absolutely loved tart. So today I just want to give you a few tips of making the tart. So you can use, if you don't have any lemons, you can always use a true lemon juice or any lemon juice that you have. You can decorate it with anything that you like. For instance, you can use strawberries, you can use blueberries, and if you feel like a pineapple flavor, you can always throw in some crushed pineapples just to give you that pineapple flavor. And then another tip about the tart is that when you make it and you want to, and it's a very hot summer day, you can always freeze it and enjoy it like an ice cream. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the tart.
Oh, Lazan, you are a genius. One tart with 1,000 different ways of enjoying it, like that idea of ice cream on a hot day. But of course, it's not that hot at the moment, so we're going to enjoy it as a beautiful tart. Next, welcome back. This looks cool. This looks zingy, it looks tasty, this looks like everything you want out of a tart, and very creative as well. So well done, Lazan. Let's see if we can replicate what she created.
Well, I hope that I can do her tart justice. I made this one yesterday and I let it sit in the fridge overnight. So when I made it, I was very impressed with her. She used, I think, 1, 2, 3 Clover products.
Well done.
Instead of 1, so well done to you.
Hashtag love Clover,
yeah.
Indeed.
So she adds 800 grams of the cremel into the pot or into your bowl. I'm going to use my knife.
You just denied us an opportunity to have cremel.
All over. Oh my gosh. Then how am I going to make this tart? I'll have to start scooping and scraping it off the counter. Okay, so you just add this into a bowl. Then she adds a tin of condensed milk, which I'm going to do now. I found that it was like quite thick at first. I was like, gee, how is this going to come together?
Okay.
But it does. It really does. So beautifully. I was very impressed.
She's done her homework. She's done the job.
She is. This must be like a family favorite recipe. So we're just going to add our beautiful condensed milk.
Oof.
And then she mentioned that, you know, she adds the lemon juice, but you can add any other fruit. She mentioned strawberries, crushed pineapple, and I can 100% see...
Crushed pineapple, yeah.
Yeah, crushed pineapple, I would add it with the syrup, all in here. But if you're going to add the strawberries, I'd maybe just layer it. That could be quite nice.
Nice. But for me, lemon is the way to go.
Lemon, exactly.
Love it.
So we've got
zingy, delicious. Okay.
4 lemons, Graham. So, yeah, no, it's so super zingy here. So I'm actually going to use our beautiful beater for this because this took quite a lot of elbow grease yesterday. So I'm glad I got the machine today.
I'm glad you did a test run before this so you could iron out the kinks.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It does start out quite thick, eh?
It does. But as you can see, it's coming together.
Nice.
So it's almost like this is where your base would be for your tart. Like this is where you would add your different flavors. You could add vanilla, you could add a little bit of cinnamon at this point, anything really, which is very nice and versatile. So you're gonna do that. Then I've whipped 1 cup of cream.
Okay.
And this is where it's gonna aerate it a bit.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And then you fold it in. So super simple and easy. It all just comes together. And it was as simple as that. And it almost reminds me of a lemon meringue, Graham. Like,
I was going to say that something kind of, you know, obviously the lemon flavor notes are amazing, but there's something quite dramatic about this kind of combination. It's sweet, but you're going to get the zing.
Yes, you could.
Creamy.
Exactly. It's super, super creamy. It's like, it's almost like fudge. It's amazing. So you just whip this up all together like I've done right here. And that you're going to put aside. And then you're going to take a pack of your biscuits. She's recommended the tennis biscuits. So for when you're crushing it at home, take a bag and a rolling pin and just knock it.
Take out your frustrations.
All that lockdown frustrations. Take it out on this.
I think that's quite nice as well because there is quite like a toasty. The coconut note there is really nice in the biscuits. But there's like a toastiness, almost like a buttery toastiness that I think will work really nice.
Exactly. So she says you can add a little bit of water to press it down. You can also add melted butter.
Okay, to create a bit more of a dense base. Okay,
yeah, but I actually liked a little bit of a looser thing because it would add a little more texture. So that's what I went with today. And then you're going to take your beautiful mixture. I use the big bowl because it makes a lot, guys. It really does.
This is to feed the family. This is not just to, well, I suppose you could.
Yeah, you could always half the recipe, you know, half of the recipe.
Or just leave a little bit over for you to just eat directly out the bowl.
Exactly. So you're just going to add that on top of your biscuits. Then I let it set in the fridge. You could possibly eat this straight away, but I would prefer to set.
It's like, is it a truffle? Is it a tart? Is it a pie?
It's a beautiful tart. I would say
it's
a
tart. It's just amazing.
Yeah, so that's it. Then you're going to add a little bit of more of your crumb on the top, just to give it a bit of a nice decoration here. And I hope that Tabiso has his spoon ready because I know with him and dessert, he is like super crazy over it. So I guess this one's just going to have to be for him.
Hope you're ready, son.
He's got a very big spoon there. Cool, and that's it, Graham.
That is so easy, Lizanne. You are a genius. You've given us something absolutely amazing, and I could tell how much Nicole's enjoyed making this. She made one last night, and she ate half of it.
Half of it?
Which is your right as the person creating something so delicious. But there it is. It's zingy, it's light, it's got bucket loads of flavor. I love the lemon kind of angle, but you can take it in any direction that you want. As Lizanne said, some crushed pineapple might be amazing, some fresh strawberries, or you can even freeze it and have it as an ice cream. But pop it in the fridge, let it set, and enjoy. Absolutely amazing stuff. Hashtag love Clover indeed. So hopefully that's going to inspire you to show us a little bit of love in the kitchen.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA, made with love by Clover.
Find your smooth fortune with Tropica. Buy a Tropica, follow the entry details on the pack, and stand a chance to win your share of 1 million rand in prizes, such as data, airtime, cash, LG G8X smartphones, LG dishwashers, and guest vouchers, watches, and accessories. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win. T's and C's on tropica.co.za. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful people. It is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso here on SABC3. We are live, and you've made the right choice by choosing to wake up with us. Now, listen, everyday fraudsters, they work hard. They are getting smarter and smarter. They're finding new and very convincing ways of stealing our money. That's what they do. But luckily, banks like Nedbank are aware of every trick in the book, and they're constantly trying to stay ahead of the game. But regardless of who your bank is, today's fraud prevention tip remains valid.
That's absolutely true, Uncle Tabsy. Now, one of the latest tricks that the fraudsters have been using is to contact people posing as a Nedbank employee or any other bank employee for that matter. So they spin a story by saying that they need your card details in order to stop fraudulent activity on your account or to update their systems. Recently, scammers have even been targeting Nedbank clients by offering assistance with converting their greenbacks rewards into cash, all of which is just a scam.
A pure scam. Now, people panic, of course. They think it sounds legit, and that's how they get hooked. But remember that your bank will never, and I repeat, your bank will never ask you for your details. But to take you through it, this is how fraudsters try to get you. They quote the first 6 digits of your bank card and then ask you to provide the remaining card number. Once they have the full card number, they will ask you for the expiry date on the front of your card, and then the 3 or 4 digits on the back of your card, also known as the CVC number. Once they've got all these details, they are about to process fraudulent transactions. They will process fraudulent transactions on your account. You will still receive the approve it message, of course, and the OTP PIN, and the fraudsters will convince you that you need to share that PIN with them.
And once you share the PIN with them, they have you. As I've said before, you should never, ever, under any circumstance, give your banking PIN or card details to anyone. Your bank will never ask you for these details. Once fraudsters have these details, they can continue to make transactions online on your account.
You know what? If you suspect a call or an email or a message is fraudulent, please do trust your instincts. Do not share any information. Rather go onto the Nedbank website or the Nedbank Money app. Contact your bank through their official contact channels and share your query there. Please, guys, everybody out there, stay safe and stay alert.
So I'm chatting to Umalume Musa here. He's owned a small clothing factory for years now, and he's always inspired me with his success. But like a lot of businesses, this lockdown's hit him hard. So he spoke to his banker, and they've put together a tailor-made relief solution for him to help his business and his people get through this. Making your bank your business partner, that's a habit worth keeping.
Well, it's just past 8 o'clock right now. Let's take a look at those news headlines on this Thursday morning. On the national news front, the Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital in Cape Town, South Africa's only dedicated child health institution, is currently treating 7 children with COVID-19, and the Western Cape Premier Alan Winde said yesterday. So far, 30 children have recovered from the virus at the hospital. Winde also explained that the province's COVID-19 testing strategy has been changed due to the huge backlog of tests, forcing them to prioritize those over 55 high-risk cases and the most vulnerable. The province accounts for more than 65% of SA's COVID-19 cases and deaths. Now, the High Court in Pretoria yesterday ruled that COVID-19 patients may not be forced into state quarantine facilities. The application, which lobby group AfriForum brought, challenged regulations which gave the state the power to force anyone who tested positive for COVID-19 into compulsory state quarantine. Now, the High Court in Pretoria has ruled that this was not permissible. According to its ruling, to successfully quarantine, a patient needs access to a separate room and the ability to contact or get to a health facility if their condition worsens. On the international news front, there is widespread outrage after a forestry officer posted on Facebook that a pregnant elephant was killed near Silent Valley National Park in India after eating a fruit stuffed with explosives. The wild elephant strayed into a village when it ate a rigged pineapple, which then exploded in her mouth. Villagers often use explosive-filled pineapples, which act like pressure-activated landmines, to protect their fields from wild animals. Now, pictures of the elephant showed it standing in a river after the incident, dunking her mouth and trunk into the water hours before she died. A French court yesterday ordered Rwandan genocide suspect Felician Kabuga to be handed over to the United Nations Tribunal for trial. UN prosecutors accuse Kabuga of bankrolling and arming ethnic Hutu militias that killed 800,000 Tutsis and moderate Hutus in Rwanda during a 100-day period in 1994. He is indicted for genocide and incitement to commit genocide, among other charges. Kabuga's arrest in Paris last month ended a manhunt that lasted more than 2 decades. Now, the 87-year-old is currently being held in a Paris prison. And now, a bold statement from the Fashion Bible. Now, in a bold statement from the Fashion Bible, which usually only hosts fashionistas, royalty and A-list celebs on its covers, British Vogue has this month paid tribute to essential workers by sharing 3 covers featuring those who have been working on the front line of the coronavirus pandemic. The 3 editions feature supermarket assistant Anissa Omar, train driver Nargis Horsford, and midwife Rachel Miller. Their covers feature the powerful tagline, "The New Frontline," celebrating courage in the face of adversity. British Vogue editor-in-chief Edward Enufil wrote that he had decided to feature the frontline workers in recognition of those, quote, putting their lives on the line for us. He said while he had been cognizant that the NHS was central to dealing with the pandemic, he realized there were also many other quietly working on the front line. He said heroes today are different. Those keeping the country on its feet are also the normal people. There is such a beauty in normality, but it's taken an international crisis for us to see it, he also added. And now turning our gaze to the world of entertainment this morning, while the protesters who have taken to the streets to advocate for police reform and the security officials who have been sent to protect businesses and property have been painted as opponents during this protest, there have been amazing moments that have shown that for the most part, we are all on the same side. Actress Keke Palmer her impassioned plea for National Guardsmen to join the peaceful march alongside her has gone viral on social media. A video depicts her telling an army official that this is the time citizens desperately need military personnel to be on their side amidst US President Donald Trump's recent threat that he'd have officials or officers shoot protesters if need be. Now, when the guard explained to Keke that he had been assigned to patrol that street and to protect the businesses and therefore couldn't join, a bystander suggested they all take a knee instead, a nod to the peaceful protest method made famous by football player Colin Kaepernick back in 2016 during the first wave of the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, all the protesters and the guardsmen in the gathering then took a knee, showing that cohesion begins when we all stop to listen and learn. And on that powerful note, that's it for the news on this Thursday morning. Right now, let's take another look at the weather.
Thanks so much, Kat. So as we do every day, we've asked you to send through your sunrise pictures, and Lorraine Klutzer sent us this incredible sunrise picture showing off the golden sky in the early hours of the morning from the town situated in the heart of the Garden Route, Knysna. Knysna in the Western Cape can expect sun throughout through high clouds today, reaching a high of just 24 degrees. Thank you for sending in your sunrise picture, Lorraine. Absolutely stunning. Then registered nurse Isbeth Arnser and her family wish us all a good morning, all the way from North Carolina in the United States. Isbeth says since it's summer in the US, they've been experiencing incredibly hot and humid weather conditions in Fayetteville in North Carolina, where they live. And today is no different, with the city reaching a maximum temperature of 32 degrees. Isbeth adds that the lockdown regulations have eased just a little bit, with shops opening slowly but surely in the States, but they're still encouraged to stay home, as are we all. So thank you for sharing your lockdown experience with us, and beautiful picture, Isbeth. We hope that you and your family will remain safe during this time. So with winter now officially in its 4th day here in South Africa, we can expect another fine day across the country. This, though, is not the case in India, where Cyclone Nisarga is lashing areas on the country's west coast after making landfall near the densely populated city of Mumbai with winds of more than 100 kilometers an hour. Mumbai was, however, extremely fortunate, as the eye of the cyclone narrowly missed the megacity with its some 20 million inhabitants. The city and its surrounds are usually sheltered from cyclones. The last deadly storm to hit the city was in 1948. But now to what we can expect weather-wise here in South Africa today. We have said obviously that it is a lot finer. So let's take a look at those temperatures in Polokwane. Your low is 6 going up to a high of 22. Mostly sunny for Mbombela, 10 your low going up to 23 degrees. Hazy sunshine for Pretoria, 6 and 23 your range. Johannesburg, 4 your low, going up to 21 degrees. Mahikeng, 7 is your minimum, going up to 25 degrees. Then a light easterly breeze of around 6 k's an hour can be expected for Klerksdorp, 3 your low, going up to 24 degrees as well. As we shift further, sunny areas and clouds for Richards Bay. Clouds will have to give way to some sun in Pietermaritzburg. Durbs, you're looking at a low of 16, going up to 24 degrees. Partly sunny for Mthatha, 4 your low, going up to 22 degrees. East London, your low 13, going up to 23 degrees. Sun through high clouds for Cradock, 1 your low, going up to 23 degrees. Port Elizabeth, 12 your low, going up to 22. Then a light easterly breeze of around 9 k's an hour for George, where your low is 13, going up to 22 degrees. Southern, chilly start, 5 degrees, going up to 19. Cape Town, ranging between 11 and a moderate 23. Partly cloudy in Worcester, where your low is 11, going up to 26 degrees. And then the highest temperature in the country is in Uppington. Your low is 8, going up to 27 degrees today. Wherever you find yourself, hopefully it is a beautiful day regardless of the weather.
So in today's world, with so much going on, quick and easy solutions are really what it's all about. And one of those easy solutions is SnapScan, and I absolutely love it. For those who don't know what it is, it's a free-to-download app that allows you to essentially carry money without a wallet or card, making payments quick and really, really easy as well.
Yeah, and safe as well. So here's how it works. So if you want to be part of the now generation, if you will, you first need to download the app, right, which is called SnapScan. You download it from your app store on your phone, quite simply as that. And then once you have it downloaded, you need to sign up with your email address and then register your card details and, of course, a private password that only you know. You keep it to yourself. It's your secret. Now, it's free of charge, so you don't have to worry about any costs for signing up. That's very important to note.
And as a customer, your card details are encrypted and stored only on your phone, so they won't go anywhere else. There is no transfer of your personal information to whomever you're paying when you do make payments.
Yeah, absolutely. And then merchants like Woolworths then sign up and receive a unique QR code that's known as a snap code, which is then linked to their bank account. And just like they did for their Woolworths Fill a Bag campaign, which is what we're about to talk about right now, and how you can be part of the movement to make a better South Africa and support a better South Africa during this time.
So I've got my SnapScan open right now, and I'm seeing on the TV screen there it says to donate. Simply scan the QR code. QR code is that block there with all those
squares and squiggles and
pixels. Pixels over there. I've launched my app there, and what you simply do is you click on the camera part of your app, which I'm about to do now. Click on the camera. There we go. Click on there, and then I will point the camera.
It's very quick.
To my TV, and it's done.
Very quickly. Literally very quick. As soon as it senses that QR code,
it picks it up.
Digests.
So you're not sitting there with your phone trying to figure out what to do. And then, of course, you can decide how much you want to donate, right, to the cause. In this instance, you can donate from as little as 10 Rand, and it goes a long way. But I am feeling a little bit generous today, so I'll donate 55 Rand.
Malume Tabziman.
Okay, let's top that. We'll make it 100 Rand.
Oh, man.
Let's make it
man.
Hey, okay.
Tinya. Hey. 55,000.
Okay,
hey, 5,500. Hey.
55,000 Rand.
Yep, your generosity knows no ends, Uncle Tabzi.
We've donated. We have donated. Simple as that. SnapScan, and you have donated.
It's beautiful. It's simple. And of course, like I said, like we said earlier on, as little as 10 Rand makes a huge difference. It's as simple as that, makes paying very quick and easy, and not just with this particular, campaign. Most stores out there have their own snap codes that you can then just pop out your phone, quickly pay for whatever it is that you're purchasing. And man, it's as simple and as easy as that.
Go and download, go to Woolies, and of course make a huge difference. Be part of the difference.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Time to share some inspiration this morning, and thanks to their Fill a Bag campaign, Woolworths, with the help of fellow South Africans, have managed to help feed families in need during the COVID-19 pandemic, and a total of 200,000 meals and counting. But the effort doesn't stop there, as our collective responsibility continues to help those in need. Now, to give us an update on the current status, we're joined by Woolworths Director of Corporate Affairs, Zinzi Mkolodela. Great to have you here with us once again. Zinzi, how are you doing this morning?
I'm great, Katlego. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Now, tell us a little bit more about Woolworths' commitment to helping those communities that are in need and the food security journey that you've been on.
You know, Woolies has been quite committed in this food security journey. We signed up for what the United Nations proved, I think, to all of us, that we can have a zero hunger world by 2030. And we believe in that. And with that, we put together quite a comprehensive set of initiatives to really fight hunger in the business.
Yeah. Now, aside from the Fill a Bag campaign, how else is Woolworths helping to keep South Africa fed?
In our stores, we donate to local charities. In the community, we donate our very good quality surplus food. And I can tell you that just in the past year, we donated about 600 million rand worth of that. Wow. We also have a very good partnership with Food Forward SA, where in that partnership, we sign up to their vision to, you know, feed the needy in the country. And we unlocked over 3.7 million meals just this year through that partnership. And then we've got our very, own EduPlan program. This is in partnership with Food and Trees for Africa. It's a school nutrition program focusing on school gardening. Just this year, Katlego, we've managed through that program to start about 336 EduPlant gardens. And that goes a long way in feeding communities. And we're really proud of that. And then we've got a Woolworths education program where we take learners through life skills and focusing on different topics. Just on nutrition, we've gone through about 1.7 million learners in that program focusing on nutrition. And that's very important because fighting hunger is not only about providing food, but it's also people understanding, you know, what balanced and good nutrition looks like. Yeah. And that's important. And I'm also very proud to say we've got quite good spirit in the business where my colleagues would go out and volunteer and start gardens. We've had 10 of those just this year. Colleagues getting their hands and really starting gardens, and mainly in schools.
It's fantastic to hear of the many various initiatives that you have tackling food security from so many different angles. Now, on the subject of the Fill a Bag campaign that we are highlighting, talk to me about some of the items that get packed and how effective the campaign has been.
Oh, that's so exciting. You must see the energy in the business with these packs, because we pack them in the business. We've got a group, they've had permits all this time. So in terms of the items that we pack, we've got fruit and veggies, because we believe that that's very critical and important. Stuff like sweet potatoes, we will have citrus fruit in there. And then we also have pantry items that are quite balanced, including protein sources like lentils and stuff like that. And then we also include in that hygiene items, you know, disinfectants. We also include, now we're going to be including some masks as well. And remember, these packs are really focused on families that are either in quarantine or self-isolation. So they really can't go and purchase what they need.
Now, last week I had the fortune of speaking to Woolies CEO Zyda Rylands, and she mentioned that you do have a target, and that's to donate 1 million meals, and you're a quarter of the way of reaching that target.
Yes, so up to date since the launch, our customers have been so generous, and it's really what we need at this time. It's everybody coming together and doing the right thing and contributing in whatever way that possible. But up to date, we've managed to raise in that campaign just over 694,000, which translates to about 1,120 of the packs that I was talking about.
That's absolutely incredible. And, you know, in your efforts, you have made it as easy as possible for everyone to take part and to donate, right?
Yes, we have done that, and that's why we don't have a minimum donation. And just to make it easy for people, just to turn around, we've worked out that it can feed a person for 3 meals in one day. So every little bit counts.
Yeah.
And how we've also made it really easy and hassle-free is that we have a QR code where anyone who's got SnapScan can scan that. But if you don't have a SnapScan, you can use your banking app, because most of the banking apps actually can scan the QR code. We also have an EFT mechanism. You can go onto our website, woolworths.co.za, together we will. And within that, you can use an EFT. And a lot of our customers and community and South Africans, in their generosity, have taken the time to go in and do the EFT. And then you realize when you see that the spirit is there, and we want to capture that spirit. And we know if we believed in zero hunger, it's much needed this time. COVID has made that need even bigger, and we can only fight it together.
Well, thank you very much, Zinzi, to you and the entire Willie's family for bringing us all together to help those that are in need. And it's always great to chat to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's definitely clear to see that together we can make a daily difference. And thanks to the Fill a Bag campaign, it couldn't be easier. So simply scan the QR code with your SnapScan, or you can use your banking app to donate, or even an EFT donation. That is most welcome. You can visit the Woolworths website for more information on how you can get involved. And of course, challenge all of your friends and your families to get involved too. Every little bit helps to make a difference. And collectively, we are slowly ensuring a brighter future for our Rainbow Nation. And of course, as the great late Dr. Nelson Mandela once said, it is in your hands to make a better world for all who live in it.
Thank you, thank you.
That is such an amazing initiative, and it warms my heart to see people do good to help other people. And it just reminds me of what the former US President Barack Obama said. The best way to not feel hopeless is to get up and do something. Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go out and make some good things happen, you will fill the world with hope, and you will fill yourself with hope. So today, we are asking you to do a good thing to help someone in need. Willie's, along with Gift of the Givers, have teamed up to distribute food care packages to families in need. Each bag is filled with a balance of protein, fresh fruit, vegetables, and other staples, as well as hygiene products to help curb the spread of COVID-19. For as little as 10 Rand, you can provide one person with 3 meals for a day. Imagine that. I'm pretty sure you're asking how you can get involved. On your screen, you will see a QR code. Just scan that code with the SnapScan app on your banking app on your phone and donate today. It is up to you how much you feel you would like to contribute towards filling a bag, like Uncle Tabsy. Remember to encourage your family, your friends, your neighbors, colleagues, and chat groups to do the same. Every little bit will help in making a big difference. Now, we are back in the kitchen to make something else that's going to make us feel good. I'm pretty sure that we all have that quick, cheat fudge recipe. Yes, no, maybe, but this morning, Chef Clever is going to be showing us how to make a glorious tiramisu. And I'm sure that there shouldn't be any shortcuts when making this.
It needs time.
Does it?
It
Exactly.
needs time.
Time.
Okay.
Take your time with it.
But let's do this. I can put it together very quickly, but essentially, tiramisus do need to rest. So let's talk about the fundamental elements of a tiramisu. It's these ladies' fingers, these boudoir biscuits, and it's the element of coffee. So what I've gotten here is some freshly brewed espresso. Guys, why am I missing today?
It smells so delicious.
It is delicious. And you know why I think? I think it's because we've been drinking so much coffee. I'm like, look at that, coffee.
It's all coffee.
It's all coffee. Okay, but I love the combination of citrus and coffee. They go so well together. If you taste coffee, you actually get citrus notes coming out of coffee. So we're going to enhance that by adding
100%.
What's it? What's it say?
I can't see properly. Lemon gold.
Yes, guys, I grew these fruit. I picked them myself.
Is it your fruit?
I squeezed it into the bottle. Clement Gold. Check it out in your Willie stores. In season right now.
Look at you.
Yeah.
No, but for real, is it?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Let's get on with the recipe.
Okay, cool.
Gold.
Add in the Clement Gold to our coffee. That's going to give us such a unique floral flavor. All you're going to do now is get your biscuits, your lady fingers, and you're going to dunk them in your coffee solution.
For how long?
Just to kind of get it coated. That's all you want.
Okay.
If you want, you can kind of cheat, and what you can do is you can put your biscuits into the bottom of your dish and then pour the coffee over and let it just absorb. You can do that, totally fine.
I think I would do that because it's a much quicker way of doing it.
Guys,
but, as I said, we're not taking any shortcuts.
No, but I mean, this is it's a good, effective way to make sure that the biscuits do soak up that coffee. So let's do that. Put this to the side so long. Pour over our Clement Gold and coffee mixture, and I'm going to give it a couple of seconds just to sit and absorb all that flavor. And it happens really quickly.
Oh, so the point is to soak it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to create the initial flavor of that coffee, that's going to happen, and the biscuits do that. They soak it all up, and that's the base, or as you can see, the top of your tiramisu like we're doing today. So in here, I've got some eggs and sugar, and all I've done is I've whipped it until it's gone thick and fluffy, just like this.
It's a really thick consistency.
Yeah. Maybe while they're busy reading the news, you heard me gaga 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 in the background.
In the background.
That was me, guys, making a noise while they're busy reading the news. I should not do that. But then, okay, to this now, what we're going to do is we're going to add some mascarpone cheese. Mascarpone is so deliciously velvety, creamy, but what I love about this, using it in desserts, is it doesn't really have a lot of flavor. It just adds a creamy element, so it goes really well with other strong flavors. So you get your mascarpone in there, just like that.
But are they flavored mascarpone?
No, this is the plain one.
Okay.
It's a plain one. So what you're going to do now is you're going to mix this into your solution until it becomes one. And this is going to become one of the layers of your tiramisu. Okay. Now, you might be wondering, like, I've got raw eggs in here. Is it okay to serve it? Yes, it is. When you cream sugar and eggs together, the sugar actually cooks the eggs. Science. So you're perfectly fine to eat this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But how then does it set like this?
It actually sets like that. It firms up, and it's the combination of the chocolate. We also, I'm going to show you in a bit, the chocolate and this mascarpone cream. It sets in the fridge. This is the part that takes time. So you can't rush the fact that it needs to set. Italian food is very low and slow. If you think about the ingredients and the ragu that we made, long time in the oven. Even a lasagna, when it comes out the oven, you're not supposed to eat it immediately.
It needs to cool off.
It needs to sit. Those layers need to form. The only way that happens is if you give it time. So I really, really like that. So, cool. Next layer of chocolate and hot cream. What I've done is I've poured my hot cream. Look at that transformation. I poured my hot cream over the chocolate. And I'm just making...
Did you melt the chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't need to do it over a double boiler. The cream is hot enough to melt your chocolate through and make a ganache.
Okay.
And that's going to be another layer. So it's a little... We're adding our own twist to the tiramisu.
I like that.
Yeah.
Original. This is an awesome recipe, actually. If you would like to get your hands on this amazing recipe, we have it on our website, expressoshow.com. It's actually really simple and really quick.
It is very quick. It's easy to put together. And it's nice. Like, I would normally make this on like a Friday for the weekend, so I know my layers are like really well set. Yeah.
And how long does it sit in the fridge for?
4 hours. But I love leaving it overnight. It just, like, the texture changes, the flavors change. It's so delicious. Okay, cool. So, biscuits in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour my first layer of the, oh my goodness, it's so delicious. It's the mascarpone, the egg, and the sugar.
Just look at that.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Then we're gonna drizzle over some chocolate.
Some?
Because we're gonna build layers like a lasagna.
Okay.
Some, just like that. Oh my goodness, it's so delicious. Then get your other lady's fingers and you're gonna put it in there, you're gonna complete more coffee, more, okay, I'm gonna dunk in the coffee over here. Just get your coffee in there, build these layers. And it's all about repeating the steps of like building the layers of, like I said, think about it like a sweet lasagna with coffee and chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so
And citrus undertones in it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so delicious. Okay, now we're gonna repeat it again. So while you're busy resting your tiramisu in the fridge, getting ready for your family, you can go back to YouTube, go and find that QR code for filling a bag.
Yes.
Scan it. Be like Uncle Tubbsy.
Be very generous.
Be generous. Be generous.
I mean, you don't have to donate 5,500 Rand like Uncle Tubbsy. You can donate as little as 10 Rand and it could make a huge difference for someone's life.
But can I just tell you, if we all did donate a little bit, just imagine the difference it'll actually make in all seriousness. That's all it takes to make such a huge difference. 10 Rand, all of us in studio, if we do that, it'll
100%.
It'll make such a huge difference. Okay, so after it sits in the fridge, it comes out. I actually turn it right out. You can see all the layers in the chocolate, that mascarpone layer.
Yes.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dust it with a little bit of cocoa. Just give it that little pizzazz.
Just for some
Yeah.
aesthetics.
This is actually hot chocolate, sorry. You could totally use some coffee powder over the top. We're being different. We want more chocolate.
I think the hot chocolate adds a better element to it because we already have the coffee in the recipe already.
Yeah.
Chef Clem?
It's done.
Are we done like this?
It's done.
Amazing. I love it so much. Thank you so much for always putting us on. Now remember, if you want the recipe, expressoshow.com, and if you want to see how we have achieved this final dish, here's a recap.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Your timing is good. We're about to enter into what sounds like a very interesting discussion this morning. The young generation that is dealing with the ongoing coronavirus pandemic will face some obviously very unique challenges when it comes to thriving in the post-COVID-19 world. So as we are in the midst of Youth Month, we are going to be engaging those issues to ensure we future-proof, if you will, this group of incredible young people. And now an organization that is committed to doing just that is the National Youth Development Agency. And we're now being joined by the CEO, Wasim Karim, via video call to learn how they are going to be embracing Youth Month and how they're going to commemorate that through various groups under the theme Youth Power, growing South Africa together in the period of COVID-19. What a crazy time to be alive. Wasim, a very good morning. How are you doing, sir?
Hi, good morning, Graham. Good morning to the viewers as well. I'm good under the circumstance. Yourself?
All things considered, I think we're all finding the best way of dealing with our reality. Let's look at young people in particular. What is their mood? What is the mood of youth as we've now obviously entered into Youth Month for 2020? How are they feeling during these crazy times?
Yeah, so I mean, we've been running various campaigns through our social media ever since the lockdown started, yeah. And we engage a lot with young people through these platforms. And I think there's a lot of uncertainty amongst young people. I think the main themes we see coming out is them being often confused by fake news around the coronavirus, but also around sometimes the regulations as well. We put out a poll recently on the cost of data, and I mean, it's just crazy. Some young people are spending up to 2,000 Rand a month on data, you know, which is a massive issue in South Africa. And you know, bridging the digital divide is one of the main themes for Youth Month 2020. But what we find as well is that in spite of the difficulties, young people are incredibly resilient. We've seen young entrepreneurs who run their small businesses pivot wonderfully. They've pivoted from manufacturing into now manufacturing masks and sanitizers and PPE. They're getting orders from big companies. So there's also a lot of resilience from our young people. So I think as we enter Youth Month, it's important for us to channel that spirit of the generation of 1976. They fought an injustice. We're fighting an invisible enemy. So yeah, we're really looking forward to the month.
Obviously, I think all of us facing a great range of very different challenges at the moment. But what are some of those unique challenges that young people are facing as they move towards their future right now?
Yes, I mean, if you look at South Africa's democratic history, we've achieved some gains for young people. So we've expanded the basic education system. Almost 100% of young people can read and write. But we produced 4 times the amount of black graduates than we did in 1994. But really, the one issue that keeps coming about is this issue of youth unemployment. And I think it's important to acknowledge that when it comes to employment, we really have not done right by our young people. Even before the coronavirus, we had the worst youth unemployment rate in the world. And I think we need to do better by our young people in a post-COVID world. If you think about, you know, just when we talk to young people, the majority of them just want to work. And work gives people dignity. You know, you think about the joy of knocking off on a Friday afternoon, or of getting a paycheck, or planning a weekend away. And a lot of young people are just robbed of those basic joys in life. I think we have to guarantee young people work in a way that will restore dignity to their lives.
A wonderful opportunity to rewrite that narrative right now, especially during Youth Month, never mind the coronavirus, post the coronavirus pandemic. But the NYDA, along with the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, has a lot of exciting programs by the sounds of it happening over the month. Can you fill us in a little?
Yeah, so, I mean, at a big level, what we're doing is we're running 2 big campaigns. So the first one is called Hands Up. We want young people to give us their ideas on how we can build a better South Africa and a better world. And there's some exciting prizes to be won through that competition. The other thing is that we know, in spite of these challenges that we face, you know, the generation of 1976 had their own heroes and heroines. But those heroes and heroines exist in 2020 as well. There's young people at the forefront of their communities, protecting food security, assisting the vulnerable. And we want to know who those young people are through our Trailblazers campaign. We want to know who they are, we want to acknowledge and recognize them, and we want to tell their story to South Africa and the world. So those are really 2 exciting campaigns that we're running. Also, you know, just before the hard lockdown hit, under the Presidential Youth Employment Intervention, we were running a campaign for 1,000 businesses in 100 days. We had to suspend some of it under the hard lockdown, but we're back on that campaign under level 3. And we'll be announcing the first 500 beneficiaries of the 1,000 businesses. And there's still time for young people to submit their applications if they want to be part of that campaign as well. To help small businesses that were affected and are youth-owned, we're running the Youth Enterprise Micro Relief Fund. We'll be featuring some of those beneficiaries as well. The Department of Arts and Culture will be running specific programs for young creatives. And then lastly, all of this really builds up to the President's message on June 16th, you know, and I think that will be the President in conversation with young people. And I think there'll be some really exciting announcements on how we can build this better future inclusive of our youth. All of this information can also be found on our website, www.nyda.gov.za. You can call our call center, 0800 52 52 52. Yeah.
Thank you so much. We'll try and relay as much of that information as possible, but keep fighting the good fight, my friend. Always so great to connect with your organization and great to connect with you this morning. And enjoy Youth Month.
Thank you. You too. Thanks very much, Graham.
So to get more information on Youth Month programs, some stimulating programs that are running at the moment, and some great activations, you can go to nyda.gov.za. And one youth who is using Youth Month and this opportunity to really make a difference is about to fall into focus right now. He is 10-year-old Luke Calvert, and he is doing something truly remarkable. Let's find out more.
You're with your Feel Good Breakfast show. It is Expresso here on SABC3. Thanks so much for choosing to start your day off with us. Now, it's not every day that a preteen gives up 200 Rand of his pocket money to donate to an animal haven. And then, on top of that, fundraisers almost 20,000 Rand for the same cause. Well, that's exactly what 10-year-old Luke Calvert from Johannesburg did after he heard about the plight of the kitty and puppy haven that's had to close its doors because of the lockdown restrictions. Now, he went onto social media and he fundraised 19,300 Rand all in 5 days. And he's a different breed of kindness, without a doubt. He joins us on the line to chat all about it. But he's not alone on the phone line. Hello, family. Hello, Luke. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Luke, let me start with you. You really are such a gem, really. You must have a huge love and passion for animals. Have you ever done this before? Where did the idea come from? How did you come up with this?
I haven't done this before, but I got my inspiration from these boys on Facebook. They were all shaving their hair and they raised money for their favorite charity. So then my mom told me that Kitty and Puppy Haven needed 250,000 for the month, or the dogs were starved, so that I knew that I had to shave my hair.
Jody, you must be a proud mom. I mean, how do you feel about your son's successful fundraising efforts?
It's quite emotional for me because Luke is somebody that always said that he wants to make a difference in the world, and I think at 10 years old to have done something like this, he's obsessed with animals, is so special, and it really proves to him that he can make a difference, and he did make a difference. So I'm beyond proud of Luke.
Oh man, what a beautiful, beautiful story that. Sam, the funds raised, they'll go a long way for your haven that's currently, like many businesses, going through a crisis because of the lockdown restrictions. We know that animals can't be adopted at the moment. Tell us more about your current plight and how this money raised by Luke will help you.
First of all, can I just say a quick thank you to Luke and Jolie, because what you guys have done is beyond incredible. Kitty and Puppy Haven's been going for 20 years, and we've gone through many crises before, but COVID really shook us. Suddenly our lifeline of funding was cut off completely, and we rely 100% on the public for donations. And as Luke and Jolie were saying, it costs me 250,000 Rand a month to run the shelter. So anything and everything is really appreciated. But I think what was more appreciated is that a 10-year-old could go out of his comfort zone and make such an incredible gesture towards my sanctuary. I mean, I've got 350 animals to look after 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And it was just the most heartwarming and special thing I've ever seen. We really do need support, because suddenly, as I said, there's nothing coming in. None of our animals can go out and our expenses don't stop. And then you get this little ray of sunshine that just comes in and gives you hope, because it makes you think, what we're doing is appreciated. And that's what gives us the strength to carry on, because not every day is a good day. But we're saving hundreds of thousands of animals. And I mean, just to give you an idea, we normally take in around 200-300 animals a month. Our homing is incredible, and we home a good 200 a month, 100 to 200 a month. So we are no-kill shelter. So anyone that comes into our shelter is guaranteed quality of life, and they will find the perfect home.
This is really incredible work that you are doing in that space. And yes, the time is now for community to come together and look at ways in which they can assist you. We need people reaching out to organizations such as yours. And of course, there's so many ways in which people can help out, but certainly to get in touch is the first step to find out what your points of need are, what the tension is over there, just as Luke has done in a financial way. And of course, people can go on to kittyandpoppyhaven.org.za for more information on that. Thank you so much, Luke.
It's a pleasure.
This is absolutely incredible. I hope that when the lockdown is done, Luke, you'll be jumping to go out there to go see the pups and the kitties out there at Kitty and Puppy Haven. Of course, this is really a call to everybody to come together and find ways in which they can help. A little bit goes a long way.
Win while watching the Tropica Island of Treasure finale this week on Tuesday and the repeat on Saturday with your favorite Tropica in hand. All you have to do is take a picture and post on Twitter with #Tropica or on the Tropica Facebook page. Post a selfie with you watching or of yourself dressed up supporting your favorite team, or simply just your Tropica bottle to stand a chance of winning your share of data and cash prizes. So go on and get your Tropica, watch the epic finale show, #Tropica, and you could win smooth prizes.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Thursday morning. Hope you're enjoying our company. We certainly are loving having yours and also spreading positivity by reflecting on some of the news that you found to be inspiring during this time when all seems to be but darkness in the world. You've been sharing some enlightening stories with us on social media.
Yes, we've received quite a number of responses. We're going to start off with Obida saying, "Good morning, team. I must take my hat off to my two neighbors every day. My next door neighbor, she knows I can't bake. She will make stuff and she will hand it over the wall." And that's actually hilarious. The other one will always ask if I need shopping when she goes out to do her shopping. I love that.
How about this for inspiring the community? Nazli Ishmael says, "Knitting caps for premature babies. It feels so good." That's how she's contributing to her community. That's wonderful stuff. Please keep on doing that and keep sharing your stories with us. We love sharing them with the nation. Now, one thing I think we're all missing out on is traveling.
Yes.
And let's find out what's happening in the travel industry with one of our favorites, Linda Baum, and here's Tabiso.
You're with your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso here on SABC3. Now listen to this word, hero. Sometimes a term thrown around quite loosely, but what is its real definition? Well, Travel Start is on a journey to uncover this by highlighting who they recognize as heroes, our essential frontline workers. Now Linda Baum joins us to chat over a video call about their goal to get as many selfless COVID-19 frontline workers to spread quality, or rather spread some quality time and spend that quality time with their loved ones when travel is possible again through the Help a Hero campaign. Linda, my favorite, good morning. So good to see you.
Just to see your beautiful face, it makes me so happy. I'm so happy right now. This could be a lockdown highlight.
Oh, man. But you know, Linda, our heroes, they inspire us to go above and beyond. They help, they're selfless. They focus on helping others. Tell us why Travel Start decided to launch the Help a Hero campaign now more than ever.
Travel Start is addicted to travel. That's what we do. That's what we love. We love everything about travel. It's what we have in our hands. And it's our responsibility, therefore, to be able to give back to others the freedom to move and the gift of this. And it's such a time now where, we're getting closer and closer, yes, to aeroplanes flying and buses going and hotels and guest houses are opening. We thought, what can we do in this time of crisis? And we've come together, the whole Travel Start group of companies, Club Travel, Club Corporate, the Travel Start brand, the Safari Now brand, Flight Site. All of us are doing the full-blown Travel Start company group is coming together and really wants to make a difference and help essential workers and frontline workers and heroes reconnect with their families. So it's not just going on holiday. It's actually just allowing them, when travel is back, to get back to their families and they've worked so hard, they've sacrificed so much, that this is the least we can do.
It sounds beautiful. It sounds absolutely beautiful, and I love it, Linda. But how is it going to work, from the pledges to the travel vouchers worth 5,000 Rand that are going to be redeemed by recipients when borders are open for travel again? How is it all going to pan out?
Okay, so Travel Start is working together with our partners and many big companies in South Africa, and we really we beg, request, ask nicely, just like get on our hands and knees and say please. So we will ask companies, or we are asking companies to join us in pledging trips away. Each trip is worth a 5,000 Rand travel voucher. And every pledge that comes through goes in its entirety into these travel vouchers. We've selected 3 key charities, which then we will give all these vouchers to, and they can distribute as they see to their staff. And then any company that has their own charity that they like to support, that's absolutely fine. We can give these vouchers to your company's travel, and then from Travel Start side, we will promote your brand. We will give you a great deal of exposure on our website, which, as we know, has one of the biggest digital audiences in not only our country, but across Africa. So we will give you the exposure. We will put all your money into vouchers, which will allow these heroes to get home and see their families.
This COVID-19 period, Linda, has shown that South African companies are giving in nature, and they are kind in nature, much like our frontline workers. So this is an easy ask, and I know that these companies in our country are going to be jumping in on this one. But why travel vouchers, and what is the significance of it during this time, Linda?
So I think it's just, because it's quite a valuable amount. So it's a good 5,000 Rand. And why we chose that value and to put into travel vouchers is that they've actually got a long validity. So you can use that voucher over in 3 minutes, or you can use it in 3 years. And you can, from our side, it goes across all our platforms, all those companies I mentioned. You can book anything from buses, accommodation, airfares, and you can book with any travel agent within the Travel Start Club Travel group. So it just gives you that much more, and it also enables, like, we don't know for sure. We know it's going to be soon, my friend. We know it's going to be soon, but travel will open soon, and it just allows that as soon as those skies open, those vouchers can be redeemed. So bring it on, I say. Bring it on.
Well, it's on, Linda. It's on, okay? So now, by continuing to invest in the selfless work and the selfless people out there, our frontline workers, what do you hope to achieve with this initiative? And how can we all get involved and pledge? We want to know.
Thank you, my friend. Well, I think the reality is that we want to just bless as many people as we can with this. So our Travel Start Club travel goal is at least 1,000 people, but we obviously want a lot more than that. We want to be able to gift a lot more charities with what we've got. So either jump on our website or contact me saying your company wants to contribute, and I can give you any questions and I can run you through the process. The minimal pledge is 15,000 Rand, and that gives 3 trips away. But please, contact me, linda@travelstart.com, jump on our website, jump on the Help a Hero page, and you will find the ways that you can be able to give. And it's a win-win all round, you know. It's a win-win all round.
Good work, Linda. Absolutely amazing work out there. Love it.
Yeah, exciting times, and airlines are coming back, so that makes me a very happy soul.
It's all about showing all of that love to our frontline workers, our heroes. Thank you so much, Linda Baum.
Thank you guys so much. We love you.
Oh, Linda, we love you more. Now, the nominated beneficiaries will be listed on the Travel Start website, which is great, and donors will have the option of selecting a charity of their choice, whether it be by plane, bus, or even just a few nights away. Travel Start want to give a little thank you to our frontline essential workers who have seen very little of their loved ones at this time and have been family to all of our loved ones fighting the virus at a time they would otherwise be alone.
Travel is slowly restarting, so for now we travel in and travel dream, and when this is all over, travel near. Travel Start. Freedom to move. Since the lockdown, colorful images of rainbows have appeared in windows across the world. The Crazy Store wants you to bring your rainbow artwork in store to fill their windows with hope. And for every rainbow artwork received, you'll get 10% off of your purchase.
Well, that's not all. Plus, a free helium balloon to take home. Now, rainbows are a symbol of hope in many cultures and promises of better times to come. So, go on and unlock the crazy at the Crazy Store.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show, the Thursday morning. Time to get cooking in the kitchen. Now, we all deserve a sneaky midweek treat, especially when it's something indulgent like this Be Well dark chocolate, orange and olive oil cake, moist, rich and loaded with the goodness of extra virgin olive oil. And of course, a treat with a serious citrus twist to it as well. And so our kitchen fairy, Nicole, is back again to bring us more magic. So as Marie Antoinette once said, let them eat cake. Did you say it like that?
Yeah,
Maria Antoinette?
maybe she's more aggressive.
Yeah. Let them eat cake. And then they all ate cake. Let's get baking.
Cool.
I'm very excited. I'm always excited to cook with you.
So we've got a little bit of flour in here, base of any cake, caster sugar, a little bit of your cocoa. That's what's going to make it that chocolate flavor.
Yeah.
Then we've got some baking powder as your rising agent.
Good.
And then we've got salt. Like chocolate cake needs salt. It brings out a beautiful flavor. Like Clem always adds a little bit of salt to his chocolate. Same thing.
I've got a question when it comes to the usage of sugar. You used caster sugar.
Yes.
What about different variations of sugar? Like there's brown sugar. Is it golden sugar?
Well, you get golden brown sugar.
Golden
you
brown
get
sugar.
dark muscovado sugar, which
Yes.
is also that darker, like treacle sugar, like.
Yes. Does it matter which sugar you use when you're baking your cake?
Yes, it does, because
Okay.
it adds different textures and densities to your cake. So each sugar will caramelize differently to another.
Yes. Okay. So
So-
follow the recipe.
Yes.
Because I don't know, like I just tend to go, I've got brown sugar in the cupboard and I bought it because it's organic and so let me use that. And then you get something different that you wouldn't have expected. Okay.
No, so it's all the recipes have the sugars for a reason.
Okay.
So we've just added our caster sugar in here. We've got 2 eggs, a little bit of milk. Then we're going to add our extra virgin olive oil. Now this is going to make it super dense.
Okay.
And the smell of this olive oil is amazing.
I do love a dense cake. Eh? You've got to feel like every single bite just has more in it. It's got more cake in it.
It does, and it also makes the cake last longer, you know? I mean, a cake without oil wouldn't really stay fresh for very long.
Oh, okay.
So we're just gonna whisk this up very quickly.
Good stuff.
And then I'm gonna add it into our cake batter. Simple as that. Preheated oven to 180 degrees. And what I did, you can do this in 2 cake tins, but I wanted to, because we're having a little tea party type of thing afterwards, I wanted to make smaller cakes. So I baked it into 1 large cake tin. So I'm gonna move this to the side.
Yeah.
And then I'll show you this. And I baked it in a cake tin like this. Then I took a cookie cutter like this, and I just cut out the individual rounds. So we've got one over there. So I'm gonna just pack this away so I can get started on this beautiful icing.
Okay, one of my least favorite bits of the cake or baking procedure, but the end result is amazing.
Don't you like the icing? Why?
No, well, firstly, I don't have a very fancy mixer like you do, so I literally have to go in there with just nothing but elbow grease from the get-go, and it takes a lot of time.
It does. It's a messy thing, as you can see. And Kat, a trick to make that elbow grease a little bit less painful.
Yeah?
Room temperature. Butter and your cream cheese must be room temperature.
Okay. Yeah, I think I might be at fault for taking things straight out of the fridge and then trying to like muscle my way with a wooden spoon through cream cheese and butter. That's just like, you know, almost breaking the spoon.
And then you are gonna feel like it's a tough job, and then you are gonna be in the kitchen all day.
Okay.
So I've just whipped this up quickly. I'm not gonna make it go for too long here. So I just want to show you guys how I assemble this beautiful cake.
Good stuff.
So I'm gonna add a layer of the icing like that.
See, room temperature will also make it easier to
spread.
Okay,
Exactly.
that looks
So I'm
amazing.
gonna add another layer over here. And we've got the beautiful, I needed to add the orange juice, sorry guys.
You did. So when would you have added the
juice
orange?
Into our batter now. Once it's mixed,
Okay,
you've
good.
got to add the orange juice. And it's got to be heated, so it also makes the cake a lot more dense and
Excellent.
moist.
All right. Now, while you're doing that, let me remind you at home that for more recipes and inspiration, you can head on over to bewellfoods.coza and download your free immunity cookbook. It's loaded with recipes to keep your immunity at top shape and, of course, your taste buds and tummy smiling. And it's packed with nutritional recipes that you can enjoy, you and the entire family. Keep you happy, keep you healthy, and keep you informed. There we go. Check out this recipe there. Thank you very much, Nicole.
Yeah, and that's all it is. So you ice your beautiful cake. So this is nice for kiddies size cakes, and you can eat it just like
I think you scored there. We're going to take a quick coffee break right now. Of course, the show is going to be coming to a close, but you want to stick around. We're going to continue on the cooking trend. In just a moment, you can join our Kitchen Fairy on Facebook Live. Nicole is going to be having a little bit of fun, and you can cook along with her, so please do that. I think it's going to be all about fridge dessert, but we love you guys so much. We'll see you again tomorrow. Adios.
It's so delicious.
Nice, huh?
Expresso Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.